Every old building in Shanghai has a story. The deeper you dig, the more you will uncover. Alvaro Leonardo is a Spanish architect who came here to work 2 years ago. He never expected that his life would intersect with another Spanish architect, one who worked in Shanghai almost a century ago.
One day I found in a Spanish newspaper talking about a Spanish architect in Shanghai. This newspaper was from the 30s, from the 40s, a really old newspaper. And then I was quite surprised because I never heard anything about a Spanish architect in Shanghai.
Abelardo Lafuente was the only Spanish architect to practice in Shanghai between 1913 and 1931 and constructed a wide range of magnificent architecture in and around the city. As a Spanish architect, he brought the unique Mazarab style to Shanghai. Mazarab is a unique architectural style bearing a strong Islamic influence from when southern Spain was under Moorish rule.
The summer mansion that Abelardo Lafuente did for Antonio Ramos, that was the Spanish businessman who introduced the cinema in China at the beginning of the 20th century. He was born in Granada. It's a city in the south of Spain, a palace called La Alhambra, and it's the most important palace on this kind of style in Spain. And that's why he asked the architect to give him a building looking like the Alhambra.
When Ramos left Shanghai in the 1930s, this summer house was bought by Kung Xiangxi, a wealthy Chinese banker and politician at that time.
All these ceramics came from Spain, from Valencia. The ceramic factory is there, and all the interior of the house is also with this original ceramics steel.
The Islamic influence is obvious, but it's not the only one of its kind in Shanghai. There is a second one, also commissioned by a Spanish businessman.
It's a building made by Abelardo Lafuente in 1917. It was made for a really rich Spanish businessman. He was the owner of one of the most important rickshaws company in Shanghai. And that's why all the first floor was the garage for this kind of taxis, and then the other 2 floors were the offices of this company.
The building next to the garage was a completely different style, but also designed by Lafuente. It was commissioned by the Jewish community to be their social club in Shanghai.
The Jewish club is the only building in Shanghai nowadays with the name of Abelardo Lafuente at the main door.
Lafuente was most famous for his ballrooms. In those days, his ballrooms were the most elaborate in the Far East. One of them was the ballroom of Her Majesty's Hotel, where Chiang Kai-shek married Sun Mei-ling. Unfortunately, the hotel is no longer there. The only ballroom designed by Lafuente surviving is at the Astor Hotel.
The 3 most important things still kept as original. It is the ceiling. It's an original structure. Also the wooden roof. And the other thing is the marble. All the marble in this ballroom is still the original one. He wanted to have the people being in the ballroom feeling like dancing at the outside.
As Alvaro's journey continued, every new discovery gave him even more questions.
I really feel like a Shanghainese now because I'm discovering the city from the first steps.
To share this remarkable history, he worked with the Spanish consulate to organize free tours to see the works of Lafuente. Now he is working on a book on the experience